Kinderhook, New York. A quaint little town. Almost picturesque. The greens and reds of fall shape the landscape. The smell of fresh rain. It's kind of a place where you could settle down, raise a family, live a quiet life. But within those peaceful woods, there's a story so strange that most people haven't even heard of it.
Bigfoot.
It's not Bigfoot.
Jumama.
Hello, and welcome back to Cryptid Hauntings, the show where we explore the slimy, the gloopy, and the gooey. I'm your host, Mike Gardner, and with me are my sticky family, Mark, Chris, and very special guest tonight, cousin Alex.
Hello.
Pam could not be with us. She is under the weather.
So you get me instead.
That's okay. If this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you've joined us before, welcome back. We thank you for your continued support. And if you haven't guessed what we're talking about today, then you're about to enter a small group of people who know about the blob of Kinderhook, New York. Yes, a blob, and not the fun 1958 horror movie kind. But first, we're all Magic fans here. Magic the Gathering, that is. Tell me, what are your top 2 or 3 favorite decks that you own? Mark, we'll start with you.
My favorite is Joda the Unifier. It is a legendary deck where I just basically dump out every legendary I own onto the table. It's pretty fun.
Stupid.
It's stupid.
Should have never given you that card.
My second favorite right now is one I made for my kid. It is Morphin. But it's a dinosaur stompy deck, but it's all Jurassic Park themed, so that one's super fun. And then the last one for me would be my God Stompy deck. It's Child of Alara, so basically if I don't like what you're doing, I reset the battlefield over and over again.
That sounds mean.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Stupid.
But if you don't catch the theme, all of them are 5-color decks. I like the challenge of a 5-color deck.
5-color decks are fun. Mine would be, everyone's going to hate me, it's Sliver Grave Mother, because everyone loves slithers so much.
Yeah.
Or Lithril Blade of Elves, because elves.
Is that the one where you pretend to put counters on but never actually get to put counters on?
Never get to put counters on, but I spit out a shit ton of elves.
Elves are just retarded.
Elves are fun.
I think I've shut that one down every time you brought it to the table.
You have. Except once, because I got I had it pop off and I got 10 million elves, and you're like, stupid.
Not with me, because I've only lost once with you guys.
I thought I had that one
Not
do
one.
the elves thing. Oh no, because you had Child and she destroyed all my elves.
Yeah.
And I went stupid. And then I like Prosper Tombbound. My treasure deck. Where I spit out treasure tokens.
No, it's fun.
Treasure tokens are dumb too.
Why?
Because if you want mana, just add more mana into your deck.
That's what it's doing, is it's giving me mana.
Alex, what are some of your favorite decks?
The only actual deck I play with is my commander in it is Bellicor the Dark Master. Mixed with Rite of Replication.
Yeah, it's silly.
Everyone hates it. Only one I can win with.
It does silly things.
Does silly things for silly people.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So fun. Especially
Yours?
when I get it to pop off.
So mine would be 3 decks that I built. One of those I totally ripped off of the internet. The first one, Chris helped me build. We kind of built it together. It's Arboro Roar of the Wild. It is a cat-themed deck, and it has the most obnoxious win card ever. It is the only way I have ever beaten Mark, ever.
And it's because Chris didn't pull his head out of his ass.
No, I didn't have any good cards in my hand. All it was like instant. do this, and it was a draw land.
He was unprotected. All you had to do was hit him for 1 damage.
I didn't have any creatures out.
So the card is basically if I have 40 or more life by the beginning of my next turn, I win the game. And it's the only way I've beaten Mark. It's kind of cheap, but whatever. The other one that I built by myself and I'm very proud of is Marvin Murderous Mystic. It's got a bunch of Eldrazi, and we all know Mark thinks that if you play Eldrazi, you can't really play the game. But hey, if they didn't want us to play Eldrazi, they wouldn't have created Eldrazi, right?
suck.
Eldrazi are meant to be sprinkled in amongst others.
And they are. It's
No, it's heavy based.
Two-thirds of your deck is Eldrazi.
It is not. It's like 3 or 4 cards.
No, it's not.
It's the Annihilator
Then you
ability
stack the
that I
deck
hate.
every time because those 3 or 4 cards
No,
come
I
out
just get
every
lucky.
time.
I just-
When this
like-
card comes out, you have to choose your opponent. Hey, you lose half your deck.
Plus, it's got Annihilator 4.
That's stupid. Oh, my other favorite one's my mill deck. I love my mill deck.
Anyway, the last one that I totally ripped off of the internet is called Heads I Win, Tails You Lose. It's a secret layer drop. I've modified it some, but it is just, it's obnoxious. Like,
He flips
That's
a
all it
coin,
is.
and you either win or he loses.
yeah. And it's fun. I like it.
Mike has to have his silly little win cons.
And you have an issue with that?
Yeah, play the game.
Play the game. I can remember my...
Wow. Well, let's jump to the year 1962. The Cuban Missile Crisis brings the
what?
world... Cuban Missile Crisis. That's came out Russian, but it was supposed to be Cuban.
Wow.
That was bad.
That was terrible.
It's a good thing the Russians were involved, otherwise it would have been really, really bad.
They'll probably find me and kill me anyway.
I don't care about you. You're just like a little ant. Amongst
Compared to
all
Russia,
of the things.
You're nothing special.
I like to think I'm special.
Although I'd probably come after you for such a horrible impersonation.
Our one Russian listener, please do not come after me for a terrible impersonation. So anyway, Cuban Missile Crisis brings the world to the brink of nuclear war.
Who do we know that's Russian?
We have a
No,
Russian
we have
listener.
a Russian listener.
What?
Yeah.
Welcome, comrade.
Is this their first time hearing it? I think we
I
mentioned
mention it like every time we do a...
I don't know.
Okay.
Just carry on.
So John Glenn becomes the first American to orbit the Earth aboard Friendship 7. Marilyn Monroe is found dead in Los Angeles. Brazil defeats Czechoslovakia in the 1962 World Cup. And in a small town of New York, 2 boys see something that scares the absolute life out of them. A 10-year-old boy and his 7-year-old cousin are playing in the woods behind their house in Kinderhook. They hear a high-pitched whistle. Then something white peers at them from behind a tree. Except it has no eyes. And it's floating. How terrifying. No eyes and it's floating? According to the eyewitnesses, and forgive me because I'm about to repeat myself, this is a direct quote from one of the eyewitnesses. When I was 10 years old, we both heard something really high pitched, and an object was peering at us from behind a nearby pine tree. No visible face, no legs, no arms, just a white floating mass. And it was watching them. They ran home in terror.
it's a ghost.
Peering without eyes.
It's white.
Maybe it's like those, your eyes are closed and it's that sunken in, so it has the sockets for eyes, but there's no actual...
Do you know what this reminds
Eyes.
me of?
The silence.
No, that stupid thing we talked about, the
Oh, it is
The pants.
The pants.
nothing like the Fresno Nightcrawler. Nothing.
That's what it sounds.
Those don't float.
Oh,
They're also not a blob.
They're hammer pants.
everything reminds me of those. Like some of these stories, you're like, it's the pants.
Here's where it gets a little confusing. Either we jump forward to 1964 or 1978.
70.
70.
You said 70.
My nose is stuffy. Depending on the account. So depending on who you talk to, it could be 64 or 78. Two 14-year-old boys, Barry Scott and Russell Lee, are camping in the middle of the night. They hear something tramping outside their tent. They take a look and see something bell-shaped, floating white. Barry thinks it's a ghost. Russell wonders if it could be the Virgin Mary.
Those
Either
are
way,
two different things.
He get two different things like that.
well, if it's floating, how is it tramping?
Yeah.
Yes, Mark, you have something you want to say.
Tramping? Floating? I don't know. It doesn't make sense unless it's using energy steps.
Energy steps.
Also, the ghost and the Virgin Mary, Virgin Mary is often draped in white, long dress. That's how you draw the comparison.
Now, would this be another lady in white, though? Because there's...
No, because it's the Virgin Mary.
No, it's bell-shaped.
Fair enough.
Somebody's uncle got grandma's sheets
I'm running around in the
and was
forest.
messing with the 14-year-old boys.
Yep.
They were doing their fire sitting badge and
Fire sitting.
Fire sitting merit badge?
yeah, it's
Is that
not,
where you sit and poke at the fire?
No, it's where you sit on the fire.
Oh, what?
It's not a real badge. As an Eagle Scout, I should know. Hey, wait, there's 3. Are you an Eagle
No,
Scout?
bum.
3 Eagle
That's a
Scouts.
different
Yeah,
story. Why?
bum.
Yeah, you're a bum.
No, it's a different
Shame.
story. Why I didn't get
Shame.
it, and I'm kind of irritated with why I didn't.
Well,
get my
you're a
ticket.
bum.
Carry.
Carry on. So anyway, whether it's the Virgin Mary or a ghost, they're not sticking around to investigate. Now we're gonna fast forward all the way to the year 2017. 2 full-grown men this time, Owen Farley and Anthony, and forgive me if I get this wrong, Menelowski, are out for a nighttime walk. They see
Malinowski?
Malinowski? Malinowski. They see something 7 feet tall, white, floating, blob-shaped. What is blob-shaped? Thank you, Chris, for that demonstration.
Off of
It's a
Monsters
bloob.
Inc. or Monsters vs. Aliens. Bob?
Bob the Blob.
Yeah, that's blob shaped.
But blob
Jello.
is kind of
Think of Jello.
No, but a blob is kind of amorphous, isn't it?
You know that one...
Blob.
I was going to say, you know the one meatloaf that they make that one time that doesn't turn out to be a meatloaf? It looks scary. I'll have to show you a picture.
Okay, so it's blob shaped, whatever that means. And with it, and when it notices them, it starts moving towards them, faster and faster until they run.
But it floats towards them at a high rate of speed.
But it's also 7 feet tall.
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
So, across the decades from 1962 to 2017, we have multiple witnesses.
3.
No.
6 or 9.
3 separate accounts.
2
Two
witnesses
people
each. That's 6 witnesses.
How did you say 9 earlier then?
Because I'm special.
Math's hard.
I scored a whole whopping 13 on my ACT. Yeah, it was bad.
If you can't see my face, I made the face.
You wouldn't like my
Yes.
score then?
I scored
the same in the first
like
try.
40 and above on everything else, or 30 and above on everything else. But it goes back to the math thing. I can't math.
You should just stop right
The
now.
math ain't mathing.
My math was 9.
God,
My
I
num-
must have stole all the math genes.
numbers switch up on me.
So anyway, we've got multiple witnesses, different ages, and separate incidences. Does this automatically mean truth? So our descriptions align. It's white, it's floating, it's blob shaped.
Whatever that means.
I think Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
That's blobby.
That's blobbisk.
Okay,
What were you
it's
thinking of?
it's
Of Marshmallow
it's
Man.
silent except for it's accompanied by a high pitched noise.
And trampsing.
Trampy.
Tramping. It's observing before it approaches. No clear face, no defined limbs, just presence. And that is the description of the Kinderhook blob.
It's an interesting one.
So what is it? Is it a cryptid that surfaces every few years?
Ooh. Maybe it needs to do a trampsing scare every 25
Kind of like
years.
it.
Oh, but that doesn't work because it was a 4-year gap and then a 30-year gap.
Maybe
depends on
the
what account
other
you take it to.
witnesses didn't make it out alive?
Sharks with lasers. Oh. Sorry. So what you reminded me of doing.
Is it some kind of atmospheric anomaly?
Swamp gas?
Swamp gas.
Swamp
Are
farts.
there swamps there?
I have no idea if there are swamps in Kinderhook, New York. We have computers. Someone look it up.
Maybe it's a
I
bog.
did a
bog?
little bit of it. I didn't see anything.
Nope, it just says the Kinderhook creature. That's the first thing that pops up.
Okay, so is it a shared folklore hallucination? So one person says they saw it, so another person, yeah, we saw it too.
There's a lake there.
I think it's Uncle
Lake gas?
Kenny in Grandma's.
Uncle
Sheets.
Kenny's getting old, Mark. He can't do it forever.
Well, then it's Kenny's kid. I mean,
Or is it something with memory altering capabilities? Which would explain why only 3 people or 6 people have ever seen it.
Maybe it is the Virgin Mary.
Maybe it is the Virgin Mary.
so it might be.
Is it a spirit? Mark thinks it's a prank. Or is it just the power of imagination in the dark?
I think it's nature.
You think it's nature?
I
How
think
so?
it's nature. Well, I just looked up the geographic features of Kinderhook, and there's a creek. Those who don't know much about weather, usually in the morning. So, I'm basing this off of an experience I've had when I was camping near a creek once.
Hold on.
And-
I got I gotta compose myself. Those of you who don't know much about the weather.
We're going all the same job. What is it? Bill Nye on us.
Carry on.
Anyways, usually if you camp near a creek in the morning, there's fog. I think that's what's going on there. It's in the morning, and they're by a creek, and the fog's coming up.
The
And
one
it's
was
just
that
denser
night,
than
though.
normal.
One was at night.
Fog can happen at night.
Well, it can, but
Yeah, that's what I think it's fog.
But do they mention that there's fog nearby or anything like that?
I
'Cause
mean-
from what I
Who's tracking that? Right? I mean, maybe the weather service, but
wish they would give us dates and times because we could go back and be like, was there fog at this time?
I just think it's nature. I really think it's.
I'm with him. It's some dude dressing up in grandma sheet stomping around in the woods.
so we're thinking it's a prank.
I kind of feel prank on this one, but you have your prank, and then what? The kids who were scared shitless 30 years later are like,
We're gonna do
we're
the same
gonna do
thing.
the same thing. We found Uncle Larry's sheets in the cupboard
That's not all they found in the cupboard.
with those peering peeper holes cut in there. That bastard. Now it's our turn.
So I guess the discussion we should have is, do these eyewitnesses have any credibility?
I mean, they're kids and it's dark and they're scared.
But,
Like,
I mean, the two are full-grown men
that was years later.
in 2017.
And they had too much
Drink.
rum punch.
Rum punch.
Or too much smoky smoke.
Or humanity has just gotten weaker since the 60s.
Well, that's for sure.
We do have the undisputed champ at this table. He should know.
So then the next question I should ask is, why is it always white?
I mean, I don't know. With the fog, it could be white, but you are in the Hudson Valley, so like you're right off the harbor, so it could very well be fog.
And I guess
Maybe there's also the lake nearby too.
Right.
I guess asking that question, you could also ask, why is Sasquatch always tall and hairy?
Because
he's a Sasquatch. And then these next two questions are kind of the same. Why is it always floating? Because, well, it's fog. And I think that's the common consensus we're getting at, is we think it's fog or a prank.
You know,
And then why Kinderhook? Why does Sasquatch hang around in forested areas? Why does a bear shit in the woods?
because that's where it lives.
Yeah, because that's where it lives.
And hopefully he's not shitting where he's eating, because that's bad news bears right there.
Yup.
Any final thoughts on the Kinderhook blob?
No, I think I'm good.
It was kind of a short, fun episode. Kind of fun to... Okay, so the blob of Kinderhook doesn't have claws. It doesn't roar. Roar! It doesn't leave footprints. It just floats, watches, and occasionally chases.
And squeals.
And squeals. It does squeal.
And stomps.
And maybe that's what makes it unsettling. Because there's nothing to understand. No motive, no face. Just form without identity. If you've enjoyed this silly episode of Cryptid Hauntings, join our community at TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And
Turn on the bell notification. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Chris. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Podcast Addict, CastBox, or wherever you get your podcast. And if you have ever had an encounter with something amorphous, goopy, gross, or deeply unsettling, send us your story at cryptidhauntings@gmail.com. Until next time, sleep tight, and maybe think twice before you bring your snot to life. We'll spook you later. Epic of L, a book by M. Gardner, is a fantasy novel about a bullied teenager named Lafayette L. Chapman, who discovers he is part of a supernatural world of angels, vampires, and shadow creatures, forcing him to uncover his own identity and his lost soul. Pick it up now at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or at mgardnerbooks.com.